Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving into a skill that is, let's be honest, absolutely essential in today's world: critical thinking. Just think about your average day for a second. You are swimming in an ocean of headlines, posts, videos, and opinions, all screaming for your attention. So in the middle of all that noise, how do you even begin to figure out what's real and what's not? Well, here's the good news. Figuring it all out isn't some secret code that only geniuses have. It's a skill. And the best part about a skill, you can learn it, you can practice it, and you can get really, really good at it. So let's break it down. Okay, so first things first. To really get a handle on this, we need to know what we're actually talking about. What does critical thinking even mean?
At its core, it's pretty simple. It's the habit of not just taking things at face value. It's that little pause you take before you believe something. That moment where you stop and ask yourself, hang on, does this actually make sense?
Now, if you want the more, let's say, academic version, here it is from scholars Michael Scriven and Richard Paul. The key word here is active. This isn't about passively letting information wash over you. No way. It's about actively wrestling with it, taking it apart to guide what you actually believe and what you decide to do. And this right here gets at a huge misunderstanding. Being a critical thinker isn't about being a walking encyclopedia who knows a ton of facts. That's just storage. Thinking critically is about evaluating that information. It's the difference between just having the right answer on a test and actually understanding why it's the right answer in the first place. So, how do we actually do it? The way I like to think about it is like having a toolkit for your brain. And this toolkit has two key parts. You've got the tools themselves, the hardware, and then you've got the mindset, the software that you need to run them. All right, let's start with the hardware. These are your core skills. First up is analysis, which is basically breaking down an argument into all its little pieces. Then you use evaluation to check if those pieces are strong or weak. From there, you use inference to draw conclusions that actually make sense based on the evidence. But it doesn't stop there. You've got to be able to use explanation to lay out your reasoning, both to others and, just as importantly, to yourself. And kind of floating above it all is metacognition, which is this amazing ability to think about your own thinking, to catch your own mistakes. But of course, the best hardware in the world is useless without the right software to run it. And that's where these dispositions come in. This is your mindset. It all kicks off with curiosity, that little engine inside you that always wants to ask why. Then you need intellectual humility, which is a big one. It's about being okay with being wrong. It's valuing the truth more than your own ego. And that humility is what makes true open-mindedness and fairness even possible, so you can judge an idea on its own merits, not on whether you already agree with it. Okay, so what happens when you put all this together, when you've got the skills and the right mindset? Well, it's way more than just some abstract mental exercise. It's like unlocking an everyday superpower. And why does it matter so much? Because this is the stuff that helps you make better decisions about, well, everything. What to buy, who to trust, what to believe. It's like having a built-in detector for misinformation. It turns you into a better problem solver, a lifelong learner, and frankly, a more engaged and informed person in a world that desperately needs them. All right, theory is great, but let's see how this works in the wild. Imagine you're scrolling on your phone, and bam, an ad pops up with a massive, flashy claim. Download our app, and you'll be rich in just 1 week. Now, it's easy to get swept up in the excitement, but what does our critical thinker do? Well, they fire up that toolkit. First, they question, is this even possible? Who's making this claim? And what do they want from me? Then they analyze. Is there any actual evidence here, or is it all just shiny promises and emotional language? Finally, they evaluate the logic. The hidden assumption here is that getting rich is easy and instant. And let's be real, does that sound right? The claim is designed to short-circuit your logic by appealing to a dream. So you get the what and you get the why. Now for the most important part of all, the how. How do you actually start building this critical thinking muscle for yourself, starting today? It really just starts with a few simple habits. Get into the habit of asking why and how do they know that a lot more often. Before you hit share on some crazy headline, just take a second to check the evidence. Go find people you disagree with and just listen. It is one of the fastest ways to find the weak spots in your own arguments. And of course, every now and then, take a quiet moment to think about your own biases. Trust me, we all have them. And if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. You never arrive at being a perfect critical thinker.
It's not a destination. It's a process. It's a journey you're on for life. And the goal is simply to get a little better at it every day. So, to get you started on that journey, I'm going to leave you with one question to chew on. What is one belief you have, it can be big, it can be small, that you've never really truly questioned before? Just thinking about that, well, that's the first step.